Hey guys, welcome back to the Chatty Ree Show. So I'm so excited tonight because anybody that knows me knows I am obsessed with the whole Versace Empire, Donatella, Gianni, Miami, that whole spiel. I'm obsessed with this family and I've watched all of the documentaries about Gianni and the Versace family and their empire that they built. I've even went as far as to going to the Versace mansion and actually going in his house for dinner, walking around his house and taking photos in his house and all of those, talking to the people that work in the house now. I'm so excited for this, like I was when the Lifetime movie came out. So I'm gonna jump straight into a review for you guys, and we can talk about what you guys thought about the show. So it's the American crime story, the assassination of Gianni Versace. This is episode 1 called "The Man Who Would Be Vogue." So we're gonna jump straight into it. They started off right with the bang. 1997, July 15. You see Gianni. Actually, 97, I think I was 8 years old. I'm telling my age. Yeah, I was 8 years old when all of this went down. So I wasn't even old enough to know about any of this stuff. But let's jump straight into it. All you see is Gianni. He wakes up in the villa, which is really beautiful. And I also have questions did they shoot it actually at the house, or did they make a replica, or what? Because it looked just like it. So I wonder, did they have permission to actually shoot in the house, or how that whole thing played out? Is really cool. You see Gianni in his villa. He wakes up, he's laying in his bed, these beautiful gold sheets. He get up, you see he walks to his bathroom and have that little scene, and the next thing you know, jump straight to a clip of Andrew sitting on the beach. Andrew is the guy who murdered Gianni. He's sitting on the beach basically going crazy, yelling, screaming, acting like a weirdo. And then it goes back to Gianni. He's doing his morning ritual, getting up. He's taking his medication. And then it goes back to, you see Andrew, which again is the murderer. He's sitting there pulling books. He pulls a gun out his book bag. Then on top of that, he pulls the Vogue book out with Gianni on the front cover of it. Then you see Gianni walking through his house and saying hi to all the servants and people that work there. Then you get a scene with Andrew, and it's jumping back and forth between Andrew and Gianni, so you can kind of get a feel of the lead up of everything. So you see Andrew basically is going crazy. He screaming, screaming out into the air. Then you got Gianni doing his walk around the neighborhood. Some people notice who he are, hey, Gianni Versace, can I have your autograph? And he's like, you guys, not today. Not in a rude way, but not today. Now, it's been said in reports that Gianni had a morning ritual where he would get up, go get his magazines, fashion magazines, sit, have his breakfast at this particular restaurant, and he came home. He was well known in the area. Everybody knew he was Gianni Versace. It was no secret. And, people really didn't bother him. They respected his space. He was cool with people. He was nice to them. They didn't really bother him. So, next thing you know, you get Andrew just runs off and he started throwing up. He just was really weird and crazy. And I also want to look into where is this story being told from. Because, I want to know, how do they know some of this stuff that happened? Because Andrew actually killed himself in real life. He committed suicide so he wouldn't have to go to jail. So, next thing you know, after he throws up, Gianni's walking from getting his magazines. And as he's walking back up to his house, the dude is Gianni, and Gianni turns around and was oh no. And the first time he shot at Gianni, and Gianni moved over, and then he was no, basically saying don't do this, and the dude just shot Gianni right in the face, and he basically died. So yeah, So basically, he runs off, and then it flashed back into no, it flashed into a scene where Gianni's in this house with these two people. Not Gianni, I'm sorry. Andrew is in this house with these two people. They're asleep. He stands over them and starts like groping his penis like he was about to masturbate. But the girl wakes up and then he like plays it off and like jumps in the bed and was like, oh my God, guess who I met? And then they were like, who? And he was like, Gianni Versace. And you could tell the guy was so annoyed because he was just looking like, the guy kind of had a feeling that Andrew was lying because he knows that Andrew is weird. So he starts telling him this story about how he met him October of 1990 in San Francisco. Andrew met Gianni in a gay club. Basically, they was going back and forth. He was introduced to Gianni by a mutual friend, and Gianni wasn't trying to have it. He was talking to his friends, and Andrew kept interrupting him. And he was like, well, excuse me, do I fucking know you? Like, you keep interrupting me. Do I know you? And he was like, yeah, you actually do. We met at an opera at this date and time, and blah, 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 blah. So eventually Gianni gets intrigued and wants to sit down and get to know him. And he invited him out on this little date or invited him to the opera. And Andrew basically took that shit and ran with it. Basically, Andrew's undercover. He's gay. Don't want people to know. You see, I guess it's this boy that likes him. But he's basically like flagging a boy off. And the boy's like, you're gay. Why can't you just come out and just say you're gay and be happy with who you are? When you're around straight people, you tell people you're straight. When you're around gay people, you tell people you're gay. Why can't you just be who you are? And he said, I'm who I am with, I'm whoever people want me to be. Basically, that's what he said. So that happens. So then you see Gianni's trying on these dresses at the opera place that he invited what's his name, Andrew, to. And then after that, Andrew's like sitting there by himself. He's looking around the stadium trying to find Gianni, but Gianni's backstage. And then the opera's over, and next thing you know, boom, Gianni appears. They're sitting there talking, laughing, joking, blah, 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 blah. And it seemed like everything was going good. Like he was intrigued by Andrew, and Andrew was intrigued by Gianni Versace. So after that, it jumps to July 15, back to July 15, 1997, the day that he was murdered. So Andrew was like excited that he killed Gianni. He was like yelling and screaming in the car, like yes, yes, like he's patting himself on the back, like yeah, I killed him. So the ambulance takes Gianni's away. The cops think they catch Andrew because Andrew switched out his clothes into like this red outfit. So they're chasing this dude, pursuing this dude, and it's not even Andrew. It ended up being like a decoy that he must have swapped out with. So he gets away. Then you got this dude on South Beach standing in front of Gianni Versace's mansion. Like, I have the first picture of Gianni's dead body. I'm starting a building at $30,000 or whatever. Like, literally in the middle of the street in front of the Versace mansion, just like trying to bid pictures of his dead body. It was bananas. So, it jumps back to them in the hospital trying to save Gianni's life. At first they were saying they have a little pause, like keep pumping. And then he basically went dead. So he was pronounced dead July 15th, 1997 at 9:21 a.m. Andrew gets away. He's in this hotel. He goes to this hotel, use the bathroom, wash his hands, and he sees the news clip on TV, but then he covers his mouth like he's shocked. And I was just like, yo, he's really some kind of special fucking crazy. So then it jumps to like the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. So they're basically like, we have a Gianni Versace, and then everybody's like, a Versace? Who is he? Like, does he play sports? Does he make jeans? Like, trying to figure out who he was. I don't know if that was like them being shady, being smart, like cop humor, or did they really not know who Gianni Versace was? I don't know. But next thing you know, after that whole scene, it jumps straight to the queen. We get this badass entrance from Donatella Versace. She pulls up in a private jet. The doors open. You know, the whole dramatic. They got the limo waiting for her. She steps down off and takes like a deep breath, like, oh my God, I'm on the ground, the soil where my brother was killed at. She pulls up at the house. There's cameras everywhere. They're interviewing a boyfriend. I don't know how true these rumors are, but apparently Donatella wasn't too fond of Gianni's boyfriend. Even in the Lifetime movie, you see that she wasn't too fond of the boyfriend. And Gianni had left him a lot of money. They were together for 15 years. And Donatella was not trying to have it. I don't know how true that is, but I'm just going based off of what's displayed in the movie and what came out in the news. So they're interviewing the boyfriend, basically trying to make him a suspect, and he's not even trying to have it. So Donatella clears out the cops or whatever, and next thing you know, he's sitting there crying in front of Donatella, and she's smoking a cigarette with a straight face like, all that crying, stop that shit. That's not what I need from you right now. I asked you for one thing, to take care of my fucking brother, and you couldn't even do that. And he was like looking flabbergasted like, you're blaming me for Gianni being murdered? Like, really? So that happens, and then next thing you see Donatella talking to lawyers, and basically he goes and start washing the blood off his hand while Donatella's talking to lawyers, and she's basically saying like, my brother's legacy will not be killed twice and all of this other stuff. Then you see them sitting outside in the villa. More lawyers. They were trying to get her to sell Versace or give up part ownership of it. And I'm like, damn, his body not even lukewarm in the ground yet, and y'all already trying to get her to sign over parts of the Versace empire. And she was like, fuck no, I'm not signing my brother's empire over. Once again, my brother won't be killed twice. You took him from this world. I'm not going to let you guys kill off this clothing line. Like, this is going to remain a private family business. And that's it. So, next you get Andrew. We get a scene back with Andrew. I don't see how they can't catch Andrew. He's walking around Miami, like Miami South Beach, like everything is sweet, right in front of their face. And they're running around looking for him, chasing him all around. And he's literally right there walking around in their face. It was insane. I'm like, are they fucking stupid? Like, how can they not find him? And he's literally still in the presence of everybody. He walked in the store with glasses on and having interactions with people and all of that. It was just bananas. But so far, so good. I'm very intrigued. I'm interested. That was the first part. If you guys watched and I forgot anything, put it down in the comments and let's chat about it. It is a series, so there's more episodes going to come on every Wednesday at 9 o'clock, and I will be following and I will be reviewing this. And me and my husband had an opportunity to go to the Versace mansion and eat there. So I'm going to share some of our memories inside of these videos, not this first one, but as the season go on, so you guys can see how beautiful it is in the inside. Actually, the room that they were interviewing the boyfriend in, that was the room that me and my husband ate dinner in. So we was literally sitting in that room. I remember the beaded walls and everything. So it was really cool, breathtaking. The pool area was beautiful. And it looked exactly like the real life thing. So that's episode 1 of the American crime story of Gianni Versace. And I will see you guys soon. Peace.